Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Welcome to the Thursday live stream. I'm going to adjust my microphone a little bit here so that you can hear me better, but I don't want to bring it into the frame here. Just out of frame. All right, happy Thursday. I hope you're doing well. I'm a little late because I'll make a YouTube video on this, but I was trying out a battery grip, basically one of these things that goes on the bottom of your camera. You add another battery into it, it doubles the battery life. And I was wondering if that would work better than the dummy battery I have in my camera, because that gets the camera hot and sometimes the camera turns off. And I've been using the camera a lot today, but the dummy battery, it seems, overheats the camera more than the dummy battery. The battery grip overheats the battery more than the dummy battery. So maybe I just cheaped out and got the wrong one. Friend of the stream, Matt Medeiros, recommended one and I went with a cheaper one. So maybe that's my problem. My old man always says buy cheap, get cheap. But that's not what we're here for today. We are here because you are going to watch me work. I have been on a bit of a crusade lately, redesigning my landing pages and my websites, because I don't feel like they're converting, and I feel like part of that is I don't put much thought into the designs. Now, this is not the case with Podcast Liftoff. I put a lot of thought into this landing page, but with a few others. So before we get into that, of course, I always have two requests for you. Subscribe to this channel. We just hit 1,500 subscribers, which is super duper exciting. So thank you to everybody who has subscribed. If you haven't, hit the subscribe button. I publish one proper video a week. I do this live stream once a week, and I've been doing 3 shorts a week. So those are the vertical minute or less videos. I did one on how to make money podcasting, and it killed. It did super well. So subscribe to this channel if you want to get more exclusive behind the scenes content. If you want to see me continue the project that I started last week on last week's live stream, head over to buildsomething.club. Until April 30th, you have 8 days. Until April 30th, you can get 25% off both the monthly and annual plan. So instead of $5 a month or $50 a year, it would be $3.75 a month or $37 a year. And you lock that in for the lifetime of the membership. So, all right, those are the 2 asks. Now that they're out of the way, let's jump into what we're doing today. So first of all, I'll put my head in the bottom right here. Like I said, I've been on a bit of a crusade redesigning a bunch of stuff. So recently, the How I Built It homepage got redesigned. I got rid of the subscribe button that was here, and instead I put subscribe buttons across the bottom of the hero section. And then I have a button to join the club. That's the buy cheap, get cheap. Matt is here. It's funny. Next to add to broadcast, there is a button that says ban, but I wouldn't want to ban my only viewer. Buy cheap, get cheap, indeed. That's what, Matt, were you here when I just said my dad says that? So, actually, Matt just celebrated a birthday recently, so happy birthday, Matt. Thanks for being here. Okay, so I just redesigned the How I Built It website, and I think it's a lot better. There's a little pet project. Maybe I'll do this next week on the live stream, but I would like it so that only the player shows up. Right now I'm using Beaver Builder. It's a page builder, and they have a recent posts, or like a posts module, and there's no way for me to just show the player. I know that you can do this with Elementor and the Castos or Seriously Simple Podcasting Elementor templates, but I would love to see like a block or a short code where I can just embed the player for the latest episode. So I'll probably, it's like on my list of coding projects, but I'm thinking what I'll probably do is get the latest post, and then uh, there is a short code to show the latest episode, just the player, if I'm not mistaken. I was checking out the Castos documentation recently, so it should be pretty easy. I would just kind of get the latest post ID and feed that into a short code and then do short code. If I wanted to go the extra mile, I would make it a Beaver Builder module or a Gutenberg block. So, but we'll see. I just really want that functionality. The title is repeated here. I would maybe have a link to the show notes, but I don't need the description to entice people to listen to the episode. It's right here and they can just listen to it. So anyway, I went through a little bit of a redesign here. And again, I think it turned out pretty well. I also redesigned the Build Something Club page to be more than just a list of what you get. I had Design Pickle create Build Something Club artwork, and I love it. I'm like so excited for it. So I've been on a little bit of a tear lately, creating or redesigning pages. And up next is Podcast Liftoff. And here's the reason why. This basically has all the information I want it to have, but I feel like it's very cluttered. I feel like it maybe uses too many different colors. And I want to just simplify it a bit. So, and then, there are these other pages that I need to think about too, like why podcast and things like that. And then the Done For You service, which is also a page here. And I think part of the reason I want to redesign this is I'm using a Genesis theme, I think. Probably know. Yeah, I'm using Breakthrough Pro, except I'm not really using Breakthrough Pro. I'm using Breakthrough Pro just for like the fonts. And then every other page is a Beaver Builder page. So what I think I'm going to do is switch to Cadence, the Cadence theme, and use the Cadence Blocks Builder. Full disclosure, I guess, Cadence was recently bought by iThemes. iThemes sponsors my podcast, which I can't say is not the reason I'm using Cadence. I used Cadence before iThemes bought them, but I'm definitely inspired to use Cadence a little bit more, especially because I use Restrict Content Pro, which is also owned by iThemes. All right, here we go. So, I assume that there will be like good cohesion, good synergy between Restrict Content Pro and Cadence in the very near future. All right, so the first thing I did here was spin up a staging site. Speaking of the iThemes family, I'm using Nexus, iThemes, Restrict Content Pro, and now Cadence are all owned by Liquid Web. So I'm as much of a company man as I can be here. All right, so let's get here. So I was able to pretty easily spin up a staging site here. Log in. The old WP admin. Oh boy. Not secure. That's weird. Temp domain. Maybe just took a minute for the SSL cert to propagate. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, so 1Password, podcast liftoff. I don't have a lot of thoughts on the direction I want to take this site in yet. I know I want it to be cleaner. I want it to be mostly a white background. All right, so first thing I'll do here is change my color profile. No, it's not. Okay, that's good. Let's make it red. I had to change the admin color scheme on a staging site so that it's very clear to me that it's a staging site. Okay, so first of all, I need to update everything. So generally what I like to do when I'm doing a no code redesign, or I guess a little code redesign, I'll spin up a staging site, or make it a local site and start from as much scratch as possible. So first, I guess it doesn't make much sense for me to update things if I'm going to delete them, but let's just assume I'm going to keep everything. So I'll update everything first, then I'll go through the plugins and disable any of the plugins I don't intend on using. And then I will install the theme that I want to use. And so, like, I'm using Ultimate add-ons for Beaver Builder. I probably won't need that anymore. What I'm going to try to do is move away from the page builder and make this page completely using the Cadence blocks builder. I don't really need to update any of these themes because I'm not going to use any of them. So first, let's go to plugins. Go to inactive first and just delete the inactive ones. And the idea here is that I should be able to move this back into production. This is not an active site. People aren't logging into it. This is just a static site that I personally manage. So I don't need to worry about like freezing user data or anything like that. I can just make the changes here and then push them back to the live site. I don't expect to do all of that in the next 45 minutes. But maybe I'll stream a little longer today if I'm on a roll. I don't know why I have it in my head that like streams need to be an hour. Like if I look at like people who have streamed, it's been like 3 hours, but there's also like other things I need to do. Like this, my next YouTube video is going to be all about my thoughts on Apple Podcast getting into the subscription game. So this is shot and I just need to edit it, which I do in ScreenFlow. And let me tell you, using ScreenFlow with 4K video that ScreenFlow didn't record is awful. Awful. And they insist that it's not for other users. But I can't be the only person on the planet who has trouble with 4K video that wasn't shot in ScreenFlow. Or maybe I am. Maybe everyone's smarter than me and they're using Final Cut Pro. But it's terrible. And here's what I like to do. This has nothing to do with podcast Liftoff, but since I'm talking to you, I like to record. If I know I'm going to be switching screens a lot, I like to use Ecamm Live because you could just do a local recording with Ecamm Live. And so for this particular video, I'm switching back and forth between different pages and then me, and then I want to show other stuff on the screen. And instead of doing that in post, I can do it right with my Stream Deck and Ecamm Live. And so it makes editing a lot easier for me. I just need to basically cut out long pauses, which I can use Recut for. But like if I need to rephrase something, and then I add the end screen and then I upload it to YouTube. So that's a little behind the scenes. How the sausage get means deletion failure. There's been a critical error on this website. Very helpful. That is a very helpful error. Okay, so all the inactives are done. I can get rid of this one. I probably, if I was a betting man, I would say WP merge was probably installed by the fine folks at Liquid Web. Okay, I'm gonna. Yeah, I mean, if I'm switching, Beaver Builder is gonna be totally useless to me. So I'm gonna get rid of Beaver Builder, Genesis Dam Buster. I don't know why I have Thirsty Affiliates on here, to be honest. I'll keep that, I guess, for a second. Don't need this. All right, so I'll deactivate all of these. And then I will delete them. Are you sure? I'm always sure. Just go to inactive and do it all at the same time. Okay, and while that happens, Cadence WP.com, log in, get the things I need. I'm certain, actually, you know what? I'm just going to cut to this screen real quick, and I'm going to go File Spelunking, Finder Spelunking. Cadence. You know what? I got to log in anyway to get my license key, so I'll just do all of that here and now, and I'll talk to you while I do that. I'm not a robot. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them into the chat. Also, a friendly reminder that super chats and super stickers are available if you want to make my lights blink a different color. I'll even set them to white so that you can make them whatever color you want. All right, so I'm going to need the Cadence theme. Yeah, I guess I can go in downloads. I should really have a folder. I used to do this. I used to have a folder of common tools I used. And then I lost my train of thought there. Oh, and then I would just upload all of those to a new website. And from there, I would just update them in the admin. But I guess I'm not that smart anymore. Okay. Oh, actually, I did need to recover one more thing before I switch my camera back to you. Okay. Get rid of that. Okay. Upload plugins. So I know I definitely need this one. Activate it. I'm so excited to look at the hot mess that is going to be whatever this page looks like without Beaver Builder. Install Cadence blocks. This error has happened to me more than once. I don't know if it's a Cadence bug or if it's a WordPress bug. But I feel like it's happened to me with more than just Cadence, where some plugin will install a dependency plugin, and then I'll get like kicked out of the admin, telling me I can't access it. So now this should tell me I need the Cadence theme and just download it for me. Oh, it doesn't do that. So go to themes, add new, upload, Cadence, which I think is free. I think it's free on the directory, and then the Pro plugin unlocks all the Pro stuff. I'm just going to activate it now, That's one less thing yelling at me. Okay. And now... just switch back to me for a minute so that you can't see my license key. I've learned. It only took me exposing like multiple API keys and license keys, but I've learned. Unless you could see it still. How do you know what the dependency is? Oh, first of all, hi, Patty. Thanks for joining us today. How do you know what the dependency is? That's a really good question. Usually, like Cadence will, well, with Cadence and with other plugins like this, they'll just straight up, they'll tell you. I knew from, I guess I can go back to my Cadence page now that I won't be showing off my my license keys. But if we look at the download files here, I downloaded the first 4. I've just done this a couple of times, so I already knew that like it would install the free blocks plugin, because there's a free Cadence blocks theme plugin, and the Cadence theme I think is free on the directory. I just downloaded them from here. But oh, when the plugin fails, great, better. Sorry. How do I? So I didn't. I just, when I get that message, I just go back to the admin and I figure whatever the last action I took was the thing that broke it. But the dependency was already installed. So like the Cadence Blocks Pro plugin yelled at me saying, hey, we need Cadence Blocks to work. Do you want to install it? And I clicked install. And then I got booted out of the admin saying I can't access that. So whatever is going on there is really, I don't know if it's like doing it a different way than the repository likes or what, but I'm not sure why that happened. I just know it's happened to me before. Okay, so I just cleared the cache, which I just like to do all the time. Every time. Okay, so this is what the page looks like now with Cadence installed and Beaver Builder inactive. And this is what live site looks like. I should note here that I don't have anything against Beaver Builder. I'm working on my Gutenberg course, and so I want to use the block editor more, so that I can point things out and highlight fun things. And what better way to do that than with, a live site and things like that. So the first thing I will do is I'll go to the dashboard. I will go to Appearance and then Cadence. Cadence. These themes, this looks very similar to like what Astra throws at you, and I'm sure what Bloxy throws at you. But there's basically these deep links to the customizer. But then there are like the pro add-ons, right? So like add 19 elements to the header builder if you want. Adds an option in the customizer to add header and footer scripts. Like I'll do that one. Hooked elements, WooCommerce add-ons, infinite scroll. So local gravitars, that's a cool one. I don't hate Gravatar, but I wish there were better options, I guess. Archive custom page title background. So I don't need that. I don't need a whole lot here. Again, this is going to be mostly landing pages instructing users to do different things. And so the first thing I'll just jump in here with is we'll go to general and then colors. So a cool thing about Cadence is that you have different color palettes. And I'm like super familiar with this because yesterday or 2 days ago when I was redesigning how I built it, I was going to do the same thing. I was just going to use Cadence. And then I realized that it was not really worth it. I'm using Monochrome Pro. So I just swapped out the font that I wanted to use. And redesigned that way. Okay, so first, global color palette. I want to grab my podcast Liftoff colors, which I think the easiest thing for me to do. Let's see. I guess this purple is there. Use sip to grab that. I did a video about sip on this channel, but it's a really easy way to just grab any color that you see on the screen. So we've got purple, orange is the other secondary color I like to use. And then we could see things change as I change these colors. Like this button turned purple. So this is black, strongest text. We'll keep that strong text. I always like my strong text to be all threes. It's like a dark gray. I don't know why. Medium text. We'll make that all sixes maybe. And then light text. There's one more color, and it's like you can see it in the podcast Liftoff logo up here. It's like a light blue, which I guess that's not really the blue that I wanted. So grab that. Electric blue, it's called. Okay, so we will... Is this what I'm doing? All right, so we have our color palette. The site background color, I want to be white. The content color will be white. The title above content background. Doesn't matter that much because I'm not going to include it on most pages. And then the link, underline always. I'm going to die. I think I'm going to die on this hill. Links in content should be underlined. I don't have it everywhere for me yet, but I'm working on it. It's like shocking. It's frustrating. It's frustrating because not every theme gives you the option to do that. Like, it's nice that Cadence does that because I don't think you can do it in Astra unless they've changed it. But yeah, super duper frustrating. Okay, so we've got our colors. I'll just hit publish on this so everything changes because, as you can see, weird things have happened here. And then I'll just refresh. Okay, there we go. Good, good, good. All right, so let's go back into general. We're looking at the layout. I generally try to keep these the same, mostly because I assume they've been tested by the developers. So this is going to stay. If we go to the sidebar, that's for when we have a sidebar, which I don't know if I'm going to have. We have colors, we have buttons. Okay, so text color will be white, which I don't, right. Background color. So what I should do, I guess, is make one of these. I usually like to do like an alpha of around 60 or so for the hover state. Border radius, font. We haven't set the font yet, but we're not going to do that separately. Typography. Okay, typography. What typography is this? PT Serif. This is PT Sans, I bet. Oh, Allegreia? Allegreia Sans is how I'm going to say it. Which sounds like unnatural, right? Allegreia Sans. All right, I'm probably going to... I've been trying to stick to one font, too. One font as well. So we'll go to fonts.google.com here. That's what is integrated. Now, my branding for a lot of my stuff recently has used, I think it's called Gal, Ga, it kind of looks like bangers, but it's not bangers. But it's like sketchy, like it's like actually like handwritten. Um, Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go to Design Pickle and log in there and see what the fonts are for. What? Okay, welcome to my Design Pickle dashboard. You can have brands in here. Here's my podcast Liftoff brand. And we could see... So I specifically asked for like a chalkboardy font here. Oh, and then he found the same font I used for this. What font is that? Let's find out. So I can go to my requests. And then I could search dictionary. Under delivered probably. Podcast dictionary, this one. And then there are a bunch, so there are a bunch of files. It'd be better for me to just... Fantastic. Super sticker. It's a shame. It's a shame that the super stickers don't show up in Ecamm Live. Thank you, Matt, for that. I really appreciate it. And that was fun blinking. It was red this time. I think it was blue last time. It's like based on, it's based on the color level. So, that was great. Thank you again, Matt. I really appreciate it. I'm going to have to provide some feedback to Ecamm to see if they could pull in the... I bet they can't to pull in the super stickers, but maybe. They're clever. They created streaming software. Okay, so let me... Oh, Gaglin. But that's not the exact one I'm looking for. So let's go here to my Design Pickle stuff. And then I can unzip this. And I could see the fonts. Of course, Gaglin's the only one there. So I'll open this in Affinity Designer. I've gotten rid of like all of my graphic design related subscriptions except for Design Pickle now. I even stopped paying for Canva because I never went in there, or maybe more accurately, I only went in there very infrequently, and I never needed any of the pro tools. What happened here? Well, whatever this font was, I don't have it. Weird. All right, let's try this again. Magnesium MVB condensed. That's a mouthful. I wonder if that's available. Magnesium It's not. What a shame. Okay, so I'll just find one I like. I think I want sans serif. Man, this is like my least favorite part of... It's my least favorite part of design when I'm like talking through it, because I could just stare at fonts for hours. And it's also super important, right? Because like typography is like, I don't know, 80% of design spoken by a non-designer. And then what usually happens is I just kind of give up and pick a font that I'm familiar with or I like already. Like PT Sans Narrow. Like this looks like a good workhorse font. It probably works really well. I'm going to say it works well for headlines. Or like Source Sans Pro, which I think is what I'm using everywhere. You know what? Source Sans Pro. That's going to be the Joe Casabona font. Source Sans Pro. Boom. I like it. Headings. We'll also use Source Sans Pro. Regular. So let's also pull in 900. Oh no. Well. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. This is exactly what I want. Perfect. Okay. So that's how we'll roll for typography. Scroll to top, 404 layout, social links, performance. Leave those for later. Header. Okay, so our logo, I have a logo uploaded already somewhere around here. The word mark. Podcast Liftoff. Is that the one? This is the one. Skip cropping. And only show the logo. Great. And then we have the navigation. Oh, actually the site icon too, which, perfect. Okay. So, where am I? Okay. Logo, primary navigation, design. This is slightly frustrating to me because I don't really like that I have to go specifically. I mean, gosh, I guess it makes sense. My only complaint here is that the button, maybe they don't want... Oh, you know what? Wow. Okay. Beautiful. I rescind my complaint because here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back. I bet I can get there from here. Remove. Beautiful. They have a separate button available item. And this is like that premium add-on. I can add like 19 more things here. Maybe I'll do that for a more complex site. But label, enroll today. God, this is better. Open a new tab. I'm not going to do that. What? Okay. Anyway. Oh man, and even show to logged in, logged out users. This is why I should have switched to Cadence on how I built it. Okay. Right. Anyway, that's a problem for a different day. All right, great. The headers, well, actually, stand by on that. I want the navigation color to be darker than that. I want it to stand out a little bit. And then hover can be the light gray. And then off canvas, I still want the button here. That's pretty cool though. All right, so then we show that. Great. Yeah, I guess black works for this. I guess it's really my strongest color. But yeah, that's good. Beautiful. All right, so we're starting to get the skeleton here. Let's scroll down, 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 all the way down. Footer. What does our footer look like? Probably not a lot in the footer here. Literally nothing in the footer except for the copyright. So we'll change that. Copyright year. When did I buy this domain? No, it was definitely before this. Site title, we don't need a theme credit. Podcast Liftoff and Joe Casabona. And I guess I can backlink to casabona.org here. Great. Super easy. Now as for the footer design, I like the footer to be a different color. So there's, man, I have so many options here for the footer. Maybe I should add more stuff. Maybe get people on my mailing list. Maybe. Which I'm using Ninja Forms here. I wonder. So this is, I don't have an opt-in form. So I'll have to build that or just use the default ConvertKit ones. But then I'll have to enable ConvertKit. Okay, so things to think about for later. Design. I like the footer background to be dark in contrast. Maybe make it purple. But then I need to change the text color. And how do I do that? Is that here? It is. Now I need to find something that... Is that good? Do I have my... So this is an add-on I'm using here called Colorblindly. And it changes the website to see how people with different color blindnesses see the site. And I'm doing this to check the contrast here. So this looks good. That link still stands out. It doesn't get buried at all. There's not a lot of contrast here. It still stands out though. So there's maybe blue blind creates the lead, but it still stands out. I'm going to call this a win, and I'll do an accessibility checker later. Okay. Great. Orange is going to be like obnoxious, right? Let's see. Yeah, see, like, look at how that blends in. Oh, and like this is unreadable. Okay. I made the right decision. I just checked my monitor to make sure that you can actually see what I'm seeing. Because I forgot my head was in the way. Okay, so I'll do this. And then the alpha. Round 6.6. Beautiful. All right, we have our header and our footer created. So boring. That's okay. Because the content is what matters here. And so now for the page layout. Show page title. Just get rid of that on every single page. I want the full width layout on every page. Do I want that? I can change it. This is just the default. Content style unboxed. Oh. All right, I'll set this to normal for now because that was no margins was like giving me agita. Show featured image, show comments, no and no. All right, and this is good enough. This is good enough to publish here. With the last 12 minutes or so, let's actually go back out to the home page. Now this is nice because I already have all the content here. I'll go to edit page. Oh. Hey, that was nice. That worked. Okay, so first we have the hero image, which I don't know if I want this right now. I guess I do. Oh, excuse me. I need more coffee. Though it's almost 3 o'clock, and I'm old now, so if I drink coffee now, I'll be up all night. And I have an infant at home. Okay. So, first block I want to add here. Can I just convert this to no, I can't. Okay. So I do want a cover image or a cover block to be the first block. And I should say, one of the nice things about the Cadence Builder is you can create a row layout. Maybe I'll just do that. But see, I don't really... Pre-built library, what? Ah, man. Yeah, this is good. This is very good. I like that. Oh, I like that. And then I could use that same image anyway, but it's not like, you know. This one. Oh, but see, like this is actually, I don't know if I want that. And like, I definitely want to, so we can get rid of this. Oh boy. And that'll be heading 1. Then we'll copy this text. This is too dark. That guy looks like Tom DeLonge. So I probably want a different image. Yeah. Okay. I don't think I want this. No, I don't want this. Undo everything I just did. Okay, we'll try this again. Row, layout. And then I'm going to try the pre-built library again, because that's like less work I have to do. Dual buttons. Oh, so I like that, because I do have dual buttons. I think I like that. I definitely like the idea of like the focus on the text with just like a supplementary picture. Ooh, okay. And I'll still need a different picture here, so let's just leave that one for now. And then it is this. That's pretty neat. And notice, oh, maybe they're not. That could just be coincidence. So we definitely need to increase the line height here. That's too much. Just one? Maybe 1.1? Yeah, that's good. Launch a podcast that's actually sustainable. I might be workshopping the headline. All right, and then... So there's not a lot of... Oh, this must have been hidden. Okay. Yeah, I probably want more paragraph text. Just like a couple of lines. And I want to change this copy. So yeah, I'm going to have to change the copy up a little bit. Cuz my messaging is not, it's like now it's like you want to create a podcast. The complete guide to launching a podcast with consistent content that makes money. You want to launch. You want to launch a podcast, but you're worried. What if no one listens? What if it costs more than it makes you? What if it costs more money than it makes? What if you run out of content, ideas for episodes? That's where podcast Liftoff comes in. And then this course is the complete guide to launching a podcast with consistent content that makes money. Enroll today. And then, yeah. See what's in the course. Wonderful. Okay, I think I'll save this work and we'll call it there for today. But thanks so much for joining me. Thank you to everybody who tuned in live. Thanks to Matt for the super chat. These colors will be reddish orange for the rest of the day. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to this channel, like this video. And if you want to get more of what I'm doing, head over to buildsomething.club. You'll get extra podcast episodes. There's a members only live stream that I do and lots more. There's a great community over there too. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, get out there and build something.